Hi Pisces, I hope you're doing good. This is Naveen Ferguson. Welcome to the channel. So we'll be doing a reading for you for January the 25th to the 31st, 2023. Okay? If this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and feel free to further support the channel by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. The link is in the description box below. Pisces, I will be including the extended message in this YouTube reading. Okay, so what's going on here is we're going to have a random message, or well, not random per se, but whatever message spirit, the universe wants to tell you at this time for that time frame. And over here we're going to cover a bit of your finances to see what's happening with your finances between the 25th of January to the 31st of January 2023. Okay, so messages, clarification, angel messages, and clarifications. Okay, so Pisces, let's see what's going on. What message? Okay, so right now I'm seeing, well, you got the devil. What I'm seeing, honestly, is a taxing of an overwork, like you're overworked. That's the energy that is coming out for me. You're feeling a bit fatigued, frustrated, tired, drained, and almost feeling like your days are blending together. So I sense with a lot of you Pisces, you probably need some sleep. So, or some type of rest. I'm not even sensing necessarily lounging per se. I'm literally sensing sleep. I'm sensing a body drained fatigue. And it may be causing a bit of disruption in your emotional spectrum. And for some of you, it may be causing some normal frustrations of what do you call it, attitude, as it were, you know, a bit easily annoyed perhaps. Yeah, you really do need some sleep, or at least a extreme like lounge effect, but more so sleep. So that's the message that's coming through. So whatever you're doing currently now and through that time frame, I guess you're very busy, Pisces. So Spirit is saying that where you can, you really do need to sleep, because your energy is being pulled in so many directions, or it's just being pulled in one particular direction depending on what your lifestyle, your responsibilities are. But it is at such a massive degree and such a fast pace that your ability to recoup is not necessarily going to keep up in the most efficient way. So let's see what the clarification for the devil is. Yeah, look at that. I literally just finished saying that. So look at this, 7 of Wands. So this is you, Pisces. You see that? And you're literally, most of you, your work dynamic does have a level of physical activity. Okay? For some of you, it may not necessarily just be desk work, but it could be meetings and moving from one department to a next department, or really just moving like in front of the what do you call it, the computer or something like that. Some of you do have a more of an active element in your career and your responsibilities in your job, whether with family projects, you know, your own business, whatever the case may be. But a lot of you also have that air of very tactile, very like you have to literally move your feet. Okay, and a lot of you may also be over a certain employees. You know, you may be over or dealing with a lot of clients, a lot of responsibilities, projects, management, delegations, so many things. You see, so this is you, and you're dealing with all of these actionable dynamics that you're responsible over, that people are looking to you to get certain things done, or you are, for some of you, and some of you, you're in the capacity whereby these individuals are kind of judging you in a certain way, whereby they're expecting much out of you, and you're doing the best with the wand or the responsibilities that were given to you, going back and forth through a door. I'm sensing right here as well. The point is, like I said, this is the clarification for the devil energy. Just you are just being ran in a certain level of ragged to a certain extent. Okay, and this is basically the message that Spirit is telling you. Say, Pisces, I understand you're busy, and it's not necessarily even a bad busy or anything. It's just the general dynamics of life. And it's just that it just so happens that during that time, the 25th to the 31st, more than likely, you will be a bit more stressed. You will be a bit more pulled. You will be a bit more stretched. Okay, and you need to sleep. You need to find the rest. Let's continue the message. Yeah, look at that. So we have the Queen of Wands, and what I'm sensing with this one right here, Pisces, is that there's two major dynamics happening here, and really does reflect what was happening here with the Seven of Wands. So it's like the Seven of Wands, in a certain way, you could see him as almost like a manager, as it were, or even one of the main employees, or even someone who's trying to do a small business, or even a big business. It doesn't have to be, generally speaking, however, relative to you, you know what I mean? But right here, the Queen of Wands is coming out as some of you are the Queen of Wands, whereby while you're doing the work that you're doing, you're also trying to keep up appearances, which is another taxing dynamic on your entire physical psyche. People are all like, there's a couple of things happening here, so I'm just one at a time going to tell you. Some of you, you're trying to keep up appearances while you're really getting a lot of physical actions done, and it's really going to tax you. You try to make it look effortless, and also you won't even give an air of worry or something coming out of hand. People know and believe that you have it all together, and you make things flow like magic. Okay, so keeping that facade in a certain way, Pisces. I mean, good on you. I mean, sometimes we have to do that, right? We're not trying to worry people about things. It's not to say that things are out of hand or out of control. That's not really what it's saying. But you don't want to give any type of air of concern where concern is not warranted. So that's understandable. But that is taking a lot out of you to not only do certain dynamics, but also keep appearances. And some of you also have definitely more so a boss or a business partner, or a partner itself, or that is very meticulous in how they want things to be. There's not really too much room. They're very exact, and you have to do your best to live up to these expectations, to live up to what is expected of you from the dynamics of this employer or this person who's in charge, basically. So some of you are in that particular vein. There's a lot of expectations of you. Okay, so those are some of the main vibes that I'm getting from the Queen of Wands. Okay, so it's expressing some of the reasons why, or further expressing some of the reasons why you are going to be very busy. And we'll look in why your energy is being drained and stuff like that. We'll look at the extended later. Let's see the clarification for the Queen of Wands. Yeah. I mean, look at that. You have the main energies here, right? And then you dive into the many facets of those energies, like multiple things. So you have the Seven of Wands right here for the devil, like actionable stuff like that. And then you have the Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh, look at that. 7 and 7. So the Seven of Swords right here is literally going through more of the mental aspects. Remember, I told some of you, like a certain amount of you is also dealing with more so mental aspects, so not necessarily running aspect or hands per se. Some of you are more tech aspects. So there's a lot of strategies. You may even be some of you may even be some architects, I'm sensing here, actually. Some of you may be certain project managers, stuff like that require a lot of focus, strategy, timing, math, critical thinking, ways of debating and delegating, and there's so many things that really need your focus and attention regarding your mind, that is really taking a hold of you in certain respects. Some of you could be doctors, lawyers, teachers, you know. Some of you could be working on a project for a deadline towards maybe getting a capital and for a business or something. Something, you know, it can be whatever it is for you. But the point is, there's a lot of mental testing that's happening at that time. I see right here, these two swords down here. Yes, I know. Even though you will be, like, being pressed, try not to rush through the stratagems that you have to do. For those of you who have to do more of a mental gymnastics, mental Olympics, you may want to just slow down a little bit in your work, in your process, to make sure you don't overlook a couple of things. Okay? I don't sense it's going to be a detriment, but it's something that you really should avoid, because remember I told you this person up here for some of you is, with the Queen of Wands, is very meticulous. So let's continue on, Pisces. The angel message for this clearly advised to try to control your energies and get the rest where you can. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. During this time, yes, there will be a lot of anxieties. I'm sorry to say it like that, but because of so much expectations and responsibilities and so much things you have to do, and almost like a lot of you are just working back-to-back hours, long hours and stuff like that in certain respects, to kind of causing the days to blend in a certain way. You have the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords is something, you know, it is one of those cards whereby you're in it because you allow yourself to be in it. You're trying to live up to certain expectations, okay, from your employers at the same time, or the people who have invested into you, or your team, or your family, or whatever the expectations may be, you know. And some of these are also expectations in yourself to not back down from the challenge or the sudden, like, the uptake of work and responsibilities and stuff like that. But this is the Eight of Swords is literally saying that even though you are in this turmoil, this anxiety in a certain respect, this kind of dangerous zone, you do have the ability to, like, stop everything, take a breath, and get out of that and reassess, or make a less tumultuous dynamic in the process of how you're doing things. If you feel, I sense some of you, very, very few of you might get, I'm not trying to be a bearer of bad news or anything, but some of you, when you see like your heart beating a little bit faster, perhaps you had too much coffee. When some of you, your eyes might do a little twitch, or a spasm of a muscle area in your body, those are early warning signs to say, hey, you need to take a break. Okay? Do not ignore those signs, Pisces. Okay? You have the ability to adjust the flow. If you can't get in the sleep at the reasonable dynamics of where you can in the immediate grounds, at least try to control more of the flow and not living up to irrational expectations that others have in you or you have in yourself. Otherwise, you know, everything will just, you know, metastasize. It'll just be for naught. You know, you're no good for anybody if you're down for the count. So let's see the angel message clarification for the Eight of Swords. Yeah, look at that. I mean, all of this, Pisces, is literally work. Came straight through with the devil, work. And look at you, the Eight of Pentacles, which is crazy because Pisces, look at this. You have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords, 7-7. You have extreme energies right here with the devil and the Queen of Wands, depicting the authoritative nature of it. And then you have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So remember when I said with the Eight of Pentacles is clarifying the Eight of Swords, but the Eight of Swords is a bit more of the stratagems, the mind dynamics in certain respects. But the Eight of Pentacles is that tactile dynamic a bit more, okay? Which along with the investments of things. So that it circles back basically to the Wands type energy, where a lot of you Pisces are hands-on as well as using your mental, but you're a little bit more hands-on as well when you're moving back and forth and having to adjust this, move that, bring this back in here, stuff like that, delegate this, delegate that. You know what I mean? People knocking on your door. Hey, can we do this? Can we do that? See, so you're burning the midnight oil. This guy is working on his craft. It's very good. Okay. But he's working late, trying to get things done. Deadlines. All of these are in storage because they have to get ready for the move or something like that. He's just focused on work, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that, sometimes when you're working this late, straining your eyes, trying to get the perfect thing done, it could be a bit, a bit unreasonable, So even in the physical aspects, this is the advice is telling you need to slow down a little bit, okay? That the body needs rest, the equipment, everything what you need will still be there. But again, you're no good to no one if you burn yourself out, okay? Again, quality work, okay? But if you want to maintain this quality, you need to rest, Pisces, okay? It is going to affect the investment. This is Pentacles. This is your resources, your finances. Maybe some of you are working and getting paid by the hour or something like that, But, if you don't take a level of rest, instead of the average amount of hours you take off rest, you might have to take more, or you might get under the weather, and then you miss out on other pentacles, so use your best judgment within reason. Don't run yourself ragged. So let's go over here to your finances. That's happening between the 25th of January and the 31st of January 2023, Pisces. Yeah, look at that. Now we're on the money. So Seven of Pentacles. I see what's happening here, Pisces. This is a connected message. I'm sensing it. You're working so hard and again, remember, you were keeping with the Eight of Swords. You're allowing yourself to go through these motions, but you have to just maybe question that and maybe adjust, like we spoke about. But I can see why with the Seven of Pentacles. So a lot of you Pisces, well, of course, we all work for an agenda, a goal, and stuff like that. But a lot of you may be aiming towards an early harvest of sorts. A lot of you are really trying to put in certain hours, or maybe put in certain quality factors because you're aiming towards a promotion or an investment in something. You're really putting in the time to nurture this tree, to make sure that you're seen in certain respects for some of you. I sense in a lot of it, you actually don't mind. Okay, you don't mind nurturing this tree. You don't mind putting in the work and toiling and stuff like that, and getting your pentacles to grow, as it were, and getting your connections, those handshaked and all that kind of stuff, and expanding. It's fun for you in certain respects. For some of you, it is very much fun. For some of you, it's it's for better words, it's just work, and it's a means to an end. Okay, but even in that, yes, that is what's driving you. But again, the tree will suffer a bit if you, the gardener, falls out and keels over. Okay, and then who will be there to reap the harvest? Will the fruits just fall off and go to waste? Will the undergrowth rise up and overtake and choke the tree? Will the sheep have some ideas in order to take over or something like that? Yes, this is why you're working. You have certain goals in mind. I understand that. Okay? Um, but, you know, the energy that you're putting into the work will reflect in the tree. Okay? So that's what I'm getting. And I'm looking at this squirrel, and he's very interested in this pentacles. Okay? But it's like, whilst you're going, you want to remember quality. The more and more you go towards something and not take those breaks, the less and less your quality becomes. You may not notice it, but other people may notice it. Like I was pointed to this squirrel, it's like inspecting that pentacle. You see what I mean? Okay? So if you're concerned about your pentacles and stuff like that, then the first half of this message holds true. Your pentacles will further mature if you take some steps to move in a more how would I put it, moderation, in a more moderation. I don't know how to conjugate that. Okay, let's look at the clarification for the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that. The King of Pentacles. So this is what you're trying, I'm sensing. You're not here yet. This is what you want. Okay? You want to have that security. You want to have the means to travel. You want to have the means to invest. You want to have the means to maybe move into a new place. Whatever the case may be. You have a vision, like I said, with the Seven of Pentacles. That's the whole point of why you're going through this. You have a vision, okay? That's why you're working. And your vision is this, the King of Pentacles. There is something that requires a lot of finances on your part, I'm sensing, and resources, okay? And some of you also towards elevating your lifestyle, your whole capacity in a much more grander way that you see for yourself. You're not here yet. I can sense it. You're not here yet. Majority of you actually not here yet. Some of you are in a certain level of this and you're looking to do more. I understand that. But for the majority of you, you're not fully here yet when it comes to enacting the vision that you want. Okay? And understand that in the way that's relative to you. Because some people can be well off in a certain respect already. Okay? However, you're not satisfied, or your main goal wasn't to live in this level of luxury. Your level that you've always been aiming for might have been more opulence. I understand that. That's what I'm trying to say. This is, all Pisces are at a certain range, okay? But the current vision that you have for yourself, majority of you are not there yet, and this is where you're trying to get to. That's why it's clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. You're striving towards that harvest. That's why you're working. Spirit is acknowledging that, and it's acknowledging that the potential is truly there. The potential is saying that it more than likely will happen, but you have to manage your time a bit better at this time. Spirit is saying in the 25th to the 31st, it is not the holistic dynamic. It is a continued effort on your part. I sense some of you just went back into this because of something that you had to deal with, and you may be trying to catch it for some time or something. I'm not sure on that. I don't want to dive too deeply and get off kilter, because I can peer back into the past and see certain things, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to give you what the time frame of this is. So Spirit is saying that the time frame of this is not going to be like you got it at the end of like the 31st. No, this is setting you up to set your stride, to set your pace. Okay, that's what's happening here. You are currently going through it, but right now you're kind of getting some Rockies. Okay, this is setting the pace. It's only January, Pisces. Okay, it's only January. It's I know it's almost the end of January technically, but you have to set the pace. Okay, you're going to be no good. You won't get here if you burn out early in the year. Okay, Pisces. Okay, let's continue with your finances. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, look at that. There's all finances there. Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles, in a sense, some of you, like I said, some of you are already in a level of opulence, wealth, I would say, in certain respects, relative to you. So some of you are already living in a certain esteem. Some of you are already going to certain galas, already financially secure, reasonably so. Some of you are already, has your security and independent, but you want more. There's nothing wrong about wanting more. Live life, become more. Always strive to learn more, be more, do more. That's fine. That's great, and I feel there's a certain level of pull for some of you. Yes, I'm feeling it. The card itself is vibrating. Wow. I see. I see. Yes, for some of you, there's also a connected factor when it comes to friends or family or even the business itself, whereby there is an added responsibility on you that goes beyond just the normal structures of just trying to make a living. You are a supporting factor for another level of a couple people, maybe children, family, whatever the case may be. But I can sense there's also something that's in the shadows. It's a deep, this is the first time I've ever encountered such a strange energy with the Nine of Pentacles. There's how to cooperate with me, Spirit, so I can make sure that I say exactly what I need to say. There's some of you, perhaps a medical issue that is worrisome with you. Not maybe you, maybe another people's medical understandings. And some of you, I also sense there is someone who is probably taking advantage of you, is pressing more on you than they ought. That's also kind of speaking towards possibly an unhealthy relationship, whereby you are standing on you have it together, but this other person is taking advantage of you, like a freeloader almost, or whatever capacity that is. I sense there's a dark force in a certain way that's just trying to just trying to bleed you in a certain way. I'm also sensing that you are, again, that's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be that for some of you. Like I said, some of you, it's more also dealing with family concerns or medical concerns, or or even a promissory concern where certain people are excited. You may have made projections and you're trying to meet them, stuff like that. But for a handful of you, there is a darker force I'm sensing, and there will come time where you have to really speak to this darkness, and that is a spirit saying take a card. Yeah, look at that, the Knight of Pentacles. So you are going to continually, steadily become abundant, and it's just that with this abundance will come authority and power that's coming across, okay? And you're going to come to a point where you're going to realize, do you really want this other person or other individuals, or want to still be a part of this organization that or something like that has only been using you, and has probably not been giving you the full clout and dynamics that you deserve. Some of you may be going by the book, as it were, but yet the institution continues to take from you and reneges on certain promises. That's for some of you as well. That's that dark entity that I'm feeling that's trying to take advantage of you. It could be a person, it could be an entity, it could be a people group, whatever the case may be for you. But that is something that you have to come to terms with, because the Knight of Pentacles is saying you will be growing in prosperity, abundance, and power Okay, and the Knight of Pentacles is very like it has a level of maturity and a level of awareness of its ability to become more, and with a level of esteem and power. And you have to really come to terms with yourself. Do you really want to be taken advantage of, used as a tool in such a way? Are certain people even worthy of being in your circle to partake in your growth and your power and your opulence that you aim to? These are questions that you have to consider. And also, Spirit is saying you have to assess those people who are also currently in your life. As you build and grow, is that the circle that you want to be around? Okay? So that was interesting. Let's do the clarification for the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that, the Chariot. You are moving swiftly towards this growth and development. Clearly, because you are putting in the work. Okay, Pisces? But on your journey, you really do have to ask yourself who is coming with you and who will you be leaving behind. Okay? So let's look at the angel message for the finance part. Yeah, look at that. The Three of Cups. There's a lot of happiness and like just excitement and just joy that is being made for you. Okay? And remember the suggestion, advice, so you can meet these goals and still be standing on your feet. Okay? But there is so much progression of prosperity that's waiting for you, that's going to make you very happy. You will be achieving those goals. Okay, this is the energy that's coming across here with the Three of Cups. There will be points to celebrate on. Okay, as you go on this road, there will be points to celebrate on. Okay, this is actually, I'm sensing for your angel message on the finance part is overarching encouragement for your angel message. On the other message side, it was specific towards the understanding of your work ethic. Okay, the clarification for the Three of Cups. Yep, the Four of Swords. So, yes, there will be points of celebration, Pisces, but when those points of celebration come, take those opportunities to rest. Four of Swords. Rest your mind, rest your body, rest. Let some of your celebrations be a spa day, a rest day, a vacation. You know, a small vacation, you know, because you might have to get back to work. Maybe an extended weekend, okay? Something, but you need to rest, okay? So now, Pisces, we will be going into the extended reading. Normally, I would say you can find that on my Patreon page at patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. The link is in the description box below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. But as I said, I will be including the extended in this YouTube message. Okay, Pisces. So what I'm sensing is I'm cooperating with Spirit, and what I'm hearing is for you, what has been said will probably not change or any more added to that really will make that much of a difference, Spirit is saying. I will go with the extended. It seems like it's just going to give some possible extra advice in certain respects, but basically saying the same thing, maybe looking a little bit deeper. I'm not necessarily sensing too much difference. Could be something over here, but we'll find out. So, with the extended message between the the devil, the devil and the Queen of Wands, we have, the Three of Swords. Okay, so I hear what's happening here. So, this is a warning part right here. With the devil, I mean, that's just the energy, isn't it? Isn't it, Pisces? Because of the like get to work or the expectations. In the tumultuous atmosphere of the work, the fast motion for a lot of you, the hours upon hours, stuff like that, there might be words said by, I sense, for the majority of you, half and half, from perhaps your boss or the people who you have to answer to, stuff like that, and even to yourself. There may be some harsh words, Okay. Um, because of some type of small thing. That's what I'm sensing. It's a small thing that's going to be blown into proportion, out of proportion, because of the nature of your work, whereby a lot of um, attitudes or stress levels are high. You know, it's not just you who haven't hasn't necessarily been sleeping, um, but there may be some harsh words, and the more of a harsh word I sense will be coming more so from you internally yourself. I would say, give yourself a break. Try not to lambaste yourself, okay? You're doing the best you can and you will succeed. Sometimes little mistakes happen. Just, it's easy to say brush it off and just continue on. But sometimes that's all you can do, right? Brush it off, continue on, continue doing your best. But you can avoid some of this if you try to take some naps here and there at least. Okay, Pisces, the clarification for the Three of Swords. Yeah, look at that. The Six of Cups. And sometimes this comes into a level of nostalgia. But what I'm sensing with the Six of Cups here, especially the in-between parts here of the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords, it's in between. I sense the break factor there. To avoid this, the harsh words as it were, I sense sleep. Doesn't this look like a dream type sense? It's almost like an other ether. It's like, it's not normal per se. Just seeing little kids and the bunny rabbit and the cups and the flowers and the cat, and it almost looks like a dream, right? It looks like a fairy tale. Okay, it's coming across as dream. You need to like get back into the relaxed state, get back into the zen of it all. The meditative dynamic, which will come a renewal of the dream. Okay, so you need to sleep. This is literally the clarification for the Three of Swords. Okay, this will help you, okay, to avoid this. Sleep. I mean, the message Spirit is cooperating and basically repeated. Like I told you, I did not feel too much of a difference. There just may be some extraness into this the understanding that's already been said. So let's continue on with the angel message for this part over here. Yeah. The Emperor. Okay. Right between the the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Remember, I told you, even with the Queen of Wands, it's like there's meticulous natures of things, and you may be the Emperor, or there may be someone you're beholden to, whatever the case may be. But this person has a system, and it expects the system to be followed to a T. They expect to know that when they go through the office or through the construction site or whatever it is, that all of the dynamics that were said to be done would be done, are in place. This is also some of you, like I said, you are your own boss, and you're being very hard and critical on yourself. Okay, I understand that, but try to take it easy a bit on yourself. Just an advice. But it's the atmosphere of the expectations of the work. Okay, whatever dynamic you're doing, it's clearly a very busy time, but yeah, this is the energies that's coming across. But because it's in between, and we said similarly it's with the Queen of Wands, because it's in between with the Eight of Swords, you were also allowing this, either saying this to yourself or allowing it to be said to you. And you need to approach this person, and for some of you, and let them know, hey, I hear you, I understand how important it is, but if you really want this done to the best way possible, honestly, I need a break. Okay? Some of you really do need to say that. Okay? Don't be afraid. They need you. Okay, Pisces? They need you. Okay? But they need you alive. Okay, let's see the clarification for the Emperor. Yeah, look at that. Knight of Cups. In this respect, I sense that you need to have a bit of more love with yourself, bit more concern for yourself. Okay, whether that's being you or to your employer or the group or whatever the situation, they are more focused on the end result. They are focused on the agenda. They may not necessarily have Not to say that they don't have love or something, but their focus isn't necessarily in the emotional spectrum right now. Their focus is probably more so on deadlines, okay? But you have to have love for yourself swiftly in this situation, okay? To make sure that, you know, there's not a problem, okay? Between the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, you have to get to that clarification and say, you know what? I'm learning this, I'm doing this, I am strategizing this in order to do this over here with the Eight of Pentacles to make sure I get these things done correctly. However, I have to have some love for myself and take a break. I have to speak up. I have to say something. You understand? So that's for some of you, okay? For some of you, you are the boss. And you have to speak to yourself with love. Like, don't get so tunnel vision on the end result that you lose the basic necessities of life. Okay? So let's get on to your financial parts over here, Pisces. Yeah, look at that. The King of Cups. So clearly we're bringing in the love into the work ethic, okay? And it's between the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, you know, also with the bonus of the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. You have a love affair towards how you want your life to be peaceful in a certain way. You want fulfillment. You want your cup filled. You want to know that you're a good job done. You want to know that you're moving on to where you want to be. Okay, so that is the nature. Like, your whole passion is in your work, and that's a good thing. Like I said that earlier, for a lot of you, in certain respect, you actually like what you do. Okay. But you're not going to get that full fulfillment if you break down. Okay, again, I have to hit it home. And in some of you, you're going to get to this place of love where you don't want it jaded or kind of poison in the water, because of what I was feeling here with certain people who are being taken advantage of. Who's ever trying to take advantage of the Nine of Pentacles over here? Okay, you want your cup to be pure of love. You don't want to be manipulative. And the thing about it is, when you manifest your King of Cups, he is discerning of the emotional spectrum. Okay, he will know who is trying to take advantage of his love and who is genuinely for him. Okay, and that's going to come in between right here, where you start looking at the harvest. Okay, it may not be happening just yet. This is just more so the finances in the direction that you're going. But where you're looking at the harvest and the hard work you're doing to nurture the tree, the Seven of Pentacles, and then you start to make those investments with the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, where you're standing and where you want to evolve and continue on from. But at the in-between, when it comes to picking and then placing, that's when you start getting the gratification of love, and then you'll start to see further who is for you, who is not for you, and those are the critical moments you have to make before you move forward into the investments of things, whatever the case may be, while you're working hard. Okay, and let's take a look at the clarification for the extended finance right there. Yeah, look at that, the Knight of Wands now. That's where it literally just said that. Right here, where you have the King of Cups, where you start to feel and see the fruits of your labor, basically. That is when you have to take action towards swiftly, okay? Within reason and civility as well, but swiftly. The Knight of Wands is taking action with emotion, okay? To go here, to do this, okay? That's where you take action to say, okay, you know what? I see who you are. You're not for me. I cannot have you on my team. And then you see, yes, you've always been there. You've proven yourself. Let's continue moving forward. You know, stuff like that. Okay. Especially when you find that love affair of finally getting to that place where you see it happening, you really do have to take a pause and take note of who's in your court. Okay. So let's see the, what do you call it? The angel message for the finance, the extended. Yes, look, I mean, you're getting a lot of royalty up in here, okay? See, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, King of Swords, okay? I mean, the Emperor, the Queen of Wands. I mean, especially in the finance part over here. I mean, this is just a royal court up in here, okay? The King of Swords. Okay, so Pisces, with the finances over here, again, it's going more of a like an energy that's coming over it. With the King of Swords, Pisces, your strategy, and when you speak in your finances and going through these dynamics and the harvest and standing on your current what do you call it, resources and abilities and connections and stuff like that, yes, there's certain parts you will have to be shrewd and a level of just, you know, literal critical thinking, just straight mind, not much heart in it, as you make sure certain things are in certain capacities. Okay, but it's like the energy of thought has to be done in a more of a civil, like a very, like a strategic way, whereby it's not necessarily seen as controlling, okay, but more so as a guiding in a very like a very flexible way, is what's coming across for your King of Swords. This kingdom, this dynamic, these resources have to be managed wisely. Yes, that's why you're also getting the, and intelligently. That's why you're also getting the King of Swords, to know exactly where to put these pentacles, where to put your investments, how to move with people you're surrounded by, what to say, and how to act. But it has to come across in a certain way of pliability, okay, and not just rigid, okay? That's what's coming across here. Don't be rigid, okay? You have to be civil, okay? And let's see the clarification for the angel message. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. Pisces, you got over here the Empress, okay? I mean the Emperor, okay? Where it's more the physical aspects, okay? The structure of basically the universe. But then you have the Empress, the internal aspects, the love, the abundance of wealth and prosperity, the ability to go with a certain flow that brings you to a manifestation of prosperity, and not just like you know, like just putting boards and dictating certain flows, you know? It's like the flow itself is being moved towards fulfillment, is the best I could say on that. And that's why I was getting the energy of, how I should say, with the King. Because now, for the clarification, you have the Empress. She is one who understands the people on her team. She understands it in such a way whereby she understands, again, who is actually for her and who is not. But she understands the critical nature of things, whereby and how these signs and stuff would act. She understands how, if they're approached in such a way, she understands how to approach them so that they can act their natural way. That'll be beneficial for her, okay, and everybody else involved. You have to be subtle and tactful, okay, tactful, okay. She's getting ready to birth out something that is amazing. She's understanding the dynamics of what makes things tick and work and be, okay? And that is, I dare say, not just, you know, when it comes to the emotional spectrum, but also a logical spectrum, okay? That's the nature that you have to take in this. It is not manipulation, and I want to make that clear what's coming across here. It is, like I said, being civil. See, because you can work with someone. You don't have to like working with them, but you have to get the best out of them so that the dynamics can run. And being respectful and being cordial, doing what is reasonable and expected, is what you have to do. But you have to do it in a way that is not going to be, it's not going to buck heads, as it were. Okay? Whatever the case may be. Okay, so Pisces, this has been a lot of advice. Wow. I really do hope this has helped you. Please continue to feel free to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and feel free to help further support the channel by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. Link is in the description box below. I wish you all the best. Bye.